day 2 of the winter session of Parliament, and it's the return of the Lokpal bill in Parliament. After almost a year of lull, the government will present its version of the Lokpal and Lokayukta bill in the Rajaya Sabha today. Sabha could not be passed in the Rajya Sabha in the last session due to stiff opposition that came in from the BJP to some of its provisions, following which it was referred to the Select Committee. But the government's version of the Lokpal bill brings little concession to the demands of the civil society, a section of the civil society, especially the one that's being led by Anna Hazare. Though the Prime Minister has been brought under the purview of the Lokpal, the demand that CBI should be independent of the centre has been ignored. Also, the demand of giving Lokpal powers to prosecute civil servants has been ignored by the government. So while the government refuses to budge from its stand on key contentious issues, Anna Hazare is also unrelenting in his campaign. Anna says that the government's version of the Lokpal should be confined to a dustbin.
सरकारी लोकपाल बिल हो अगर आता है तो उसका कोई मतलब नहीं। सरकारी लोकपाल बिल तो कचरे के डब्बे में डालने वाला बिल है, जनता को क्या लाभ मिलेगा उसमें से? इस देश का करप्शन जो मिटाना है वो नहीं मिटेगा। हमारा जो लोकपाल अगर आ गया तो भ्रष्टाचार को रोकथाम लग सकती है। तो सरकार हमारी लोकपाल बिल नहीं लाती है तो हमारा आंदोलन जारी रहेगा।
Alright, so Lokpal bill returns to Rajya Sabha in day 2 of the winter session of Parliament. Remember, this bill was referred to the Select Committee, which has on its members from across the parties. After these parties actually failed to agree on the key provisions, it was then sent to the Select Committee, and today, of course, the report will be tabled in Rajya Sabha or Lokpal in the upper house. And it will be the leader of opposition, Arun Jaitley, who will be tabling this report. My colleague Kartikeya Sharma now joins us live from outside Parliament. Kartikeya, well, we remember how during the last winter session, it was Arun Jaitley who had described the ruckus that took place in Parliament in the Rajya Sabha as freedom at midnight when the Lokpal bill was tabled in Rajya Sabha. This time around, I believe it's the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Arun Jaitley himself, who's going to table this report. So, what has led to this bonhomie between the opposition and the Treasury benches?
See, it's going to be a goodwill gesture. The due credit should be given to Bharatiya Janata Party that they did not attach a single dissent note. And all they did was to offer a suggestion note in which they said that we don't think that the representation word which has been inserted in lieu of the reservation, that there is a component in the new Lokpal bill which says that the 50% of the members should be from minorities, women, ST, SC and OBCs. Now they feel that it will not be constitutionally valid. They could have attached a dissent note, but instead of that they have put a suggestion note. So the Congress felt that as a goodwill gesture they should allow leader of opposition to introduce the Lokpal bill. So at least that the civil society activists are not able to exploit division between the Treasury and opposition, and to which Arun Jaitley accepted the offer, and on behalf of the government and the opposition he is going to introduce the bill, and which they would try to pass in the winter session of the Parliament.
Alright, so it's a rare goodwill gesture that we will see from the opposition side. Kartikeya, but are there still some sticking points, some differences that remain, that need to be ironed out? The civil society members, especially the team led by Anna Hazare, completely unimpressed with the changes that have been brought about.
I would say that that momentum has been lost on civil society. The Lokpal bill, I would say that whatever the shape of it will have nothing to do with what Anna Hazare thought the Lokpal should be. It will bear the stamp of the government, it will bear the stamp of BJP. Both political parties have come together on this issue. So they have become irrelevant in this debate. Yes, there was a momentum from civil society for a Lokpal. The government had to give in, but they have co-opted it. And the reason is very simple, that the sort of Lokpal they wanted to have, I would say, wouldn't have been possible within the framework of the Indian Constitution, which says that there has to be a division between judiciary, executive and legislative processes. And the Lokpal envisaged by Anna Hazare was putting police with judiciary and with executive powers together. And that couldn't have been done because it would have really hit the fundamental structure of a constitution. So I would say the that momentum is lost. So I would say this is not going to be Congress versus civil society activists. And this Lokpal, how much Arvind Kejriwal or Anna Hazare might try saying is a weak Lokpal, but this is the Lokpal which is going to stay.
All right, and during this one-year period from last winter session to this one, the government has managed to bring not just its allies but opposition parties also on board. That, of course, is a feat in itself.